Okay, so now we build this jar for map side join. So let me go and run this. And also we'll just check the job status through Yarn Web UI. So two map task is running because actually I kept two files, right? So it's basically two files again will have one block for each file because we just as I kept two files. Even though it is not a this bigger size, it's going to happen. So let me run this job start history server. Okay, this job is done. Okay, let's go and see the output. I kept only one reducer. So just in our data set, we have four distinct country, France, India, Sri Lanka, and United States. So it's giving the aggregate or the total order amount of each country. Okay, is it make sense or you understood, right? So how this works? Any question on this?
Yeah, but it's clear.
Okay. Okay, fine. So this is all about map side join. Okay, now let me go and uh, show you the map side reduce side join code. Okay, so reduce side join is how to if your both data set is largest data set, how you are going to do the join. That's what we are going to do it in a reduce side join. So basically, what we are going to do is we took like two data set, right? So if the two data sets are larger, how do you do the join, reduce and join? So basically, in our example, here I took sales from two different cities. So in this example, I'm just going to take sales from two different e-commerce sites. So one is from Amazon, one is from Flipkart, and then in when it comes to Mapper, what you're going to do is in Mapper, we're just going to do the tagging. Um, Say that your key as basically uh, a customer name. Here actually I'm giving customer ID is my key, and value as uh, just tagging of whether this data set is from customer, sorry, data set is from e-commerce website Amazon or Flipkart, and you prepare whatever the column which you needed for or properties which needed for aggregate. So you put it on a value column. So when it comes to reducer, it is because we put customer ID as a mapping key. So it is going to give you the customer ID and the respective values in here. So if the both the customer is if the customer name is available in both the data set, okay, it's going to give you the customer IDs and all the sales from the both uh, sites. So you will get a example here. We get um, sales from city one and city two if the customer ID is same in both the data set. And in our case also, if your customer is made a sale in both the e-commerce site, you going to get that as a collection of object or collection of values. Then you can do whatever aggregate you want to do, right? So that's how the reduce join works. So it's more of uh, joining two different large data set by doing a tagging in your mapper and then doing the aggregate in the reducer. So basically here map side join, the join is happening on map side, and the reducer join, the reduce we are going to do the join. Here just we tagging it and we do the join um, in the reduce side. Okay. So this lets me go back to the program. Okay, so here, so in the driver program, it's going to be almost same, only with the latest change, right? So here I'm going to use for input. Generally, what we use file input format, all right, and specify your. Okay, let me open that as well. So in the when we want to specify input, we say file input format dot add input path of you provide the job object and the input path, the directory of your input location. That's what we pass in the earlier programs. Here there's a little bit change here because we want to handle both data sets separately. MapReduce gives a multiple inputs class where you can specify uh, one data set, which is my data set from Amazon. Orders from or orders or sales from Amazon is a separate mapper I'm going to run, right? So for that, you can use a class called multiple inputs and pass your first input, which is your Amazon data set. And what is the file format? It's also text input format. And using which mapper class we are going to process. So I created two different mapper class. Okay, so one is Amazon order mapper and another is the Flipkart order mapper. Okay, so I will show you what we are doing it inside Amazon order mapper. So apart from this, almost everything is similar, right? Only thing is here, we are going to handle our data set, input data set, in two input data set separately on different mapper. So that's why you need to provide like this. Okay. So similarly for Flipkart also, I'm just passing the path and the respective mapper class. So when we come to the Amazon mapper class, so again just loading the respective import statements of classes, and then in the map method, it is going to read the each data set, right? So what I mean is, say example, in the Amazon mapper, we are going to process the record set from the Amazon e-commerce site. So it's going to get the uh, this order record line by line for each map task, each map method calling. So you just split by comma and you take the customer ID field, which is the last position, and then value. You need to do the tagging. So because in the reduce side, you need to understand whether this record is coming from Amazon mapper or Amazon sales record or from the Flipkart sales records. For that, I'm just adding this tagging. I'm preparing a value such a way that I need to understand this record is came from Amazon sale or Flipkart sale. So just adding this tagging and also putting counter. You want to find out number of uh, record number of sale happen, and also I am appending the order amount. Suppose if you want to find out the say number of sale happened as well as the total number of sale happened. Sorry, total amount, that total order amount. What is happened? So I'm just passing this also. So basically, you can prepare a value such a way that what aggregate you want to do in the reducer side. Um, the key is simple. We are going to do the aggregate based on the customer ID, right? The value can be anything, but the tagging should be there, and you take whatever the value you need it for your aggregate. So mine is going to be more of each customer's sale. The number of sale is happening on website Amazon and Flipkart. I'm going to find out each customer's sale on both Amazon website and Flipkart website. That's my problem statement here. So in the Amazon mapper, we just did the tagging and the respective value we are going to take it. Okay, so this is Amazon order mapper. So when it comes to Flipkart order mapper, it's the same. It's almost nothing different. So you just change the tagging because we are reading the data, different data set, which is your this mapper is going to run on your Flipkart data set, right? That's what you configured in this driver program. So you do the tagging here and take the respective values. So if you compare this diagram, this mapper, the mapper which is running this, it's basically processing our Amazon data set. All these mappers are processing your Flipkart data set. So it's going to send you all the key values to the reducer. Right? Here also I just kept to only one reducer just for better to see the output in better way. One reducer, so it is going to come to the reducer. So what we are doing in reducer, okay, so this is going to be um, a piece of logic. Okay, so what we are going to get here, so we are going to get say example for each customer. So how many customer we have 7 customers. Okay, so if you look at here, we have 7 customers. So each customer ID, say example, key is basically a customer ID, right? I think I written somewhere. Okay, each stage key is basically a customer ID, and value is going to be, say here, take example of one customer ID. Value is going to be collection of, here you take here Amazon. For everything, I'm just putting this counter one just to find out the number of records, and then it's order amount. So, say example, if this has come first, so here your customer ID is 2, okay, and the order amount is, let's do it for customer ID 2. Okay, this is the customer ID, and this is the, okay. Similarly, from same Amazon, I got one more record for customer ID 2. What is that order amount? The last one. So it is this. Okay. So from the Amazon cell for the customer ID 2, two record we found. Similarly, there will be another records which is came from the Flipkart also, because it's going to do the the shuffle and sort does the grouping based on the customer ID, right? So come here, come to the Flipkart dataset. Here for customer ID 2, there is two more records. So one is basically order amount is 60. Please just let me know if you have any question. Just you can stop me anywhere if you have any questions. Right. Okay. And then we have one more record from Flipkart also. And the order amount is different. What is the order amount? 4112. Okay, this is for this is how we are going to get a in reduce side for each key value pair. This is for customer ID 2. I got these records. Similarly, for customer ID 1, I'm going to create similar like this. If the same customer ID, if the customer is having a record for records from Amazon or Flipkart, if it has only Amazon, it's going to get Amazon record here. So everything. So it basically does whatever it is returned is whatever is coming as input to this reduces a customer ID and the grouped value of respective customer records. So it is, if it is available in both the data set, it will come, or else respective data set will come. Now our job is to check whether we have to do the aggregate, okay, for the customer, so that you do the join between these two. Okay, so if it is a Amazon sale, I'm just going to find out count. I'm not going to do the sum of on order amount. I'm just going to find out a total sale happened on um, respective data set. Okay, so if you look at here, um, so I created two variable. One is to find out the total order count for Amazon and Flipkart. So you iterate these values. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 values we have. Okay, so iterate it and split by comma, and just when you do split, so in the 0th position you will have Amazon as a text, and the first position is the basically the counter value we assign. For each record we assign 111, and the third position, sorry, 0th position is this one, tagging, and the first position is a counter, and second position is basically a order mode. So this is more of finding out the count of order. So we have just, let's ignore this order mode. So if you are want to find out the total order mode, you just sum up this also. So what I'm doing is, if Amazon is there, just incrementing the this variable by just use that plus symbol, so that you just add that value. If Flipkart, you just add that counter with the 1. Okay, so basically the part 1 as a basically counter, we just add that. So if keep adding for each value, so for customer A2, in Amazon 2 sale happened, and Flipkart 2 sale happened. That's what you are going to as a uh, once you run this loop, you are going to get. So basically I'm just printing this as well, just to verify. And finally, how I'm preparing the key is basically same customer ID, and the value is Amazon order count. So whatever variable we switched, we prepared, and similarly Flipkart order count. So whatever value is there in this variable. So it is going to give you the each customer's total sale number of sales, not the amount, number of sales for Amazon website and the Flipkart website. That's going to be your output. Any question on this? I will run and show you the output. Ma phone ma Shakti. Sorry. Yeah. So that's what it's going to be output, right? Let me run and show you. Okay, so here you need to pass two inputs. Okay, one is basically Amazon data, Amazon sales data set separately, and Flipkart data set separately, because that's how we are actually processing it, and your output directory as a third argument. You have to make sure that, because we process uh, each data set, right? So each input data set separately using a different mapper. So you need to pass accordingly. Come here. This is done. This is job 2. Let's refresh this. See here. So customer ID 1, also 2 sale happen in both the website. 2 we saw already. 3 also almost same. For customer ID 4, only one sale was happened in Flipkart and Amazon. And customer ID 5 in Amazon 2 orders, and Flipkart only 1 order. order ID, customer ID 3, there is no sale in Amazon and one sale in Flipkart, so and so. Is this example is you're able to understand? So
Yeah, buddy.
everything okay, or if
Yes.
you have any question, I'm happy to take.
No, good.
Sorry.
This is clear, buddy.
I understood, I said.
Okay, thank you, thank you. What about others? Everyone is fine?
Yes. Clear.
Okay. Okay, so probably uh, with this I will wrap up today's session. Okay, so so basically, okay, so I will give one assignment. Okay, so you can actually just to do. I just put the total. The number of orders, right? So basically, what I found it here, just number of orders. If you want to find out total number of sale, just try from your side, right? It's going to be finding out the sum of your uh, order amount, okay? And or if you want to do different way, this is a join in two larger data set, and I just found out the number of customers sale happened in for each customer. You can go and do different way also, right? You can just here you can change the key. For example, if you want to find out sale happened country wise sale, right? So what we did in the map side, John, if you want to do it here, country wise sale happened sale happened in both um, uh, in uh, in a previous map side example, it's total in both data set what is the country wise sale, and you can find out each um, what is that sorry, so each e-commerce site, different countries, how many sale happened, what is the total sale, so those things also you can find out. Try modifying this reduce size join and map side join, and try different scenarios, okay, so that you'll be familiar with how this begin the scene the logic works and stuff like that, right? Okay, so so basically what all we covered from the map reduce side, I'll just tell. So we just map reduce job basic concepts we saw. Basically, what is mapper, reducer, and how the job flow works, right? And we took the example of word count program, word count MR, word count program, and also we try to understand what is combiner, and we saw the example, and then we took another example for finding out the uh, stock exchange, just analyzing a exchange data and finding out the maximum sale price of maximum uh, the trade price of each symbol. That's also we took one example and we saw, and then we also discussed about probably I did not give you the example for partitioner, right? So basically partitioner is basically so if you have more than one reducer, how the key value pairs are moving to respective partitioner. So based on the default hashing mechanism, it just passes the set of key value pairs to one reducer and set of key value pairs to the another reducer. So when like in the once we cover most of the syllabus, I will also try to show you one example with custom partitioner. Okay. Custom partitioner, and then we saw what is the record reader, right? What is the record reader? Basically, this is the one which reads your file and send each line as a individual record to your map method. And we saw what are the different functions we can override, right? Override actually. So override in the mapper class. The setup, map, and clean up and run mapper class. And we saw what is map site join. And reduce site join. And with this example. So these are the things we covered on the MapReduce site, right? So this is I feel actually this should be enough for MapReduce component. Okay, so if you have a good knowledge on these things, you should be able to answer the questions in the interview, or maybe it's this concept wise, not only the interview point of view. It's a baby kind of base. And it's a kind of a good understanding about MapReduce, how the MapReduce program works or the framework works. So this is your base knowledge. With this, we'll go to Hive, and then we'll work on the component called Scoop, and then we'll go back to PySpark. And before PySpark I start, I will take the couple of session on Python. Everyone is fine, or what? How do you feel? Just let me know. So based on that, we will. If you have any like, if you want to go on this way, a different way, I am just fine with that. You can just post your feedbacks, so that we'll proceed accordingly. So now, tomorrow, the class will be on Apache Hive. Same time, the component is Apache Hive. We'll start with the Apache Hive component. So that's going to be a SQL-like component. So if you just go through your SQL commands and come back, that should be enough. No programming there. It's more of writing your SQL statements.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, then if you have any question, I can take it up, or else we can close this call.
As no today.
No questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
Okay.